I want to share a little deeper about how to feed crickets raised in foam containers. It is very easy to control, eh? That's it, guys. Because it's a small space, it should be us. Take care of your head and watch. Finding the problem and fixing it is very easy. It's the same with feeding of crickets. It's easy to see how much it's going up, how to eat, and how much food it needs for the cricket cage. You're seeing it here. It's this cage. It's about you're 23 days old, and you've got another cage here. That's the cage over there. It's about 10 days old after 2 days. So for cages like this, one day I will feed you about twice in the morning. Well, however, in the afternoon, I mostly added a thank you for it. I only eat vegetables in the morning, guys, because he ate a nothing. In the afternoon, if I don't eat all the time, any more vegetables. I let him eat overnight. The next day, I started putting vegetables in. What about bran? As you can see here, I'm doing every corner a handful here, there's 6. Here's 1. Feed him most of it, guys. It is. Not no. That, so, 6 angles like that. We just allocate the range. Not even a gang hand is in a feeding position with bran, give it, and especially this stage, I don't have spray. The reason is that here, guys, it's not very sunny. The sky this time. Rain is not hot. It doesn't need much water, you guys. If it's a bit sunny at noon, then we can spray it a little bit. But just a quick spray, guys. What about the cages? Small animals like this limit the spray, because if we spray a lot of fog, it's very easy to keep it low in the cage and these crickets. These cages that are easy to get sick. So we take note, we have to watch the weather. That we replenish water reasonably. If that's okay, you can make a water pipe for him to drink, and no more. Wait for the cricket to grow a little bigger than a cassava leaf. With this one, I will make a water pipe and let it test. Is there a water pipe on one side? So let's show you in this sponge box what it is, how effective it is. I just gave this to you this morning. It's pretty strong, guys. It's pretty strong, isn't it? Then in other words, the food we eat, a cassava leaf feeding, is more branless. You keep it in styrofoam. You let a chicken fight for chickens. Let the aquarium bird eat, right? Then we don't have to. Feeding a lot of industrial food. It'll help make the crickets fatter than meat. It tastes better if you raise aquarium birds. Give the chicken everything. You can eat a lot of vegetables. Bran is a part of the nutritional supplement. Give it only. Feed in the morning with the afternoon. If the weather is not hot, no need to spray. And if it's hot, just don't spray too much. Spray these cages. Like I said before, with a small barn like this, we spray a lot. It causes mold in crickets, and it's very good to be thirsty. But the problem is that it's all about humidity. It's not going to take it, so we're trying to keep the barn dry. The cho thing. And crickets eat a lot of cassava leaves like this to supply it with water. So there's no need to spray too much water. For this card, note this. As for leaves, we priority for cassava especially leaves. For the cages that, well, it's raised like this because it's actually cassava leaves. They don't eat much in cages like this. It's about looking. Whatever it is, it's a lot easier. So we try to prioritize having cassava leaves. You remove the leaves. Other than that, he eats, however, as usual. When it is easy to feed other leaves for a while. It's very sick, guys. Especially ones like spinach or vegetables laced with lettuce leaves. Things are Korean leaves. When you eat crickets, it's easy to get stomach diarrhea. So we've restricted the crickets from eating the leaves. Papaya. You're welcome. You feed crickets papaya is also very millet. Crickets start around the age of 15 days. Very strong, guys. If we were in the afternoon, I watched the cricket eat all the leaves. Then keep adding more leaves. The period when crickets are about 20 days old, we've got to replenish the leaves morning with afternoon. We have to give a lot because he still eats at night. And when it comes to raising, the kind of method that's less misting like this, then when he eats a dry meal, he eats a dry bran. Eating more leaves is a lot for it to replenish water. It replenishes water, so it eats terrible, guys. And I noticed that the camps. What cages are we in? That's what I'm talking about. The big camps we're raising. Then what camps at night? That provides a cassava leaf. So these barns are usually very good. Let's talk about cricket density a little bit. You can see it's very thick, but I shouldn't. And the reason is that because of this cricket, the crickets that eat each other are usually too thick. But eating each other is the prime time for molting. But at this point, it's not molten. Well, it has to be a little bigger than that. The beans, it just started to shed more. Once again, at that time, my friends, I can add a blister folded in half. But when I get there, I'll show you. Let's limit the situation of crickets eating each other. I'll add more food. That's a lot of food, so there's always enough. It's not hungry. It's going to restrict each other, guys. Many of you don't have an egg blister that you want to feed. This could be the cover. We can also feed it. I'll do an experiment in a few days. Is meet the carton, or I'll use other materials, so that you can feed yourselves. There are a lot of chickens. Then contact me to get the eggs back. Something like this. That's why I do it. A series of videos about growing crickets in this sponge to share with everyone. For the foster brothers, for fighting chickens or aquarium birds. If you see them on the market, they're quite expensive at the aquarium bird shops. Although the entry price is only 10,000 kilos. But they sell it for a lot of money. That's why you raise it this way. It didn't take me long either. Light with afternoon. Feed it about. It'll be over in less than 10 minutes. In the meantime, just take the example of 2 cages like this. We're going to do this every 20 days. Make sure. It's going to eat all year round, guys. You're all releasing new varieties of things. In a few days, I try to get eggs directly from these cages. I'll show you. Let's see how it goes. Because the reality is, I haven't raised this style in a styrofoam. I've never had an egg like this before. So this time, I'll try it. Take the egg in here and feed it, whether it's reached I have my own experience. If we get the eggs, we have to get them. With these populations of crickets, I don't know what it is. Maybe I took about a tray, and it still doesn't count. Crickets are raised. Up to this point, I think it's very common. Crickets are very common. This is a yellow cricket, guys. When it's small, it's black. Here are the ones that are big, it turns yellow. This ivory gold shows your hips. It's about a week from now. You'll see it. Turn to yellow. This is easier to grow than black crickets. All kinds of aquarium fish should have this kind of farming technique. It's also easier to bite things off. It's also smaller than a black tie cricket. The A's. Your pet is also easier to eat. Here. Too many. Guys, just 1 egg. But it's extremely crowded. Here, this is where I put these 2 barns. It's as simple as this. There is another chair. In the morning, sit down, drinking coffee, watching crickets. Then start making millet. In today's video, I